Superstars, happy Wednesday to you. Again, another day where there's so many things that I can share. I have had a few conversations this morning. One of them more recently with one of my amazing clients who I've worked with for some time. And she, like a lot of people, been feeling this kind of stuff for well and truly more than a year now. Like the whole pandemic thing, there is these moments that used to be fleeting that are now feeling like they are so big and so huge where things just don't feel okay. And when this stuff comes up, things getting cancelled, not knowing whether we're in or out of lockdowns, clients, either cancelling or rescheduling sessions or just not booking them at all. There is so much emotional stuff, so much turmoil, so much that can come to the surface. And with that, there are so many things that we can, spaces and places and thoughts and feelings and beliefs that we can go into that are really unhelpful and unfair. However, if it's not okay, that's okay, right? And I was just talking with her about the fact that it's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to have a bad week. It's okay to have a bad month. It's not about, whether you're in business or you're out there in the world doing life. It's not about trying to create some perfect ideal and showing up in a particular way, all this like bright, shiny kind of stuff all the time. We are human. We're going through something that the world has never gone through before. And just when we get glimmers of hope and we feel like we're moving forward and things are getting better and the sun's shining, like metaphorically and literally, something happens. Like we're getting sideswiped, and it can shake us up. It brings up fear. It brings up traumas from the past. It activates parts within us that make us go into judgment, into overwhelm, into second guessing. And when you're in business, it can often make you make decisions or guide you to feel like you need to or have to or must make decisions that could see you walking away from something you've spent years building, creating, living, loving, right? When you know you're incredible at what you do, and yet you don't have the clients that you used to have, or people are saying that your pricing is all wrong or too expensive, like these kinds of things. This doubt, this fear, these waves of stuff just get amplified unfairly, so unfairly. I've not been immune from this at all. There's been so many things that have happened in the industry that I work in where, 1 minute you can see someone who is flying and sharing it, all of the wins, all of the money they're making, and then you look at what's going on for you and you can feel terrible. Yeah, I'm not going to swear, but I could at this point in time. So my musings for today was very much around just being okay with things not being okay. It doesn't mean that you are broken, you need fixing, there's something wrong with you. I will probably talk about this till the cows come home because it's so important to me to make sure that as women in business that we are really mindful of what's going on for us and that where we can, we're choosing to be in a space of leadership. We're choosing to lead ourselves. We're choosing to say that no matter what's going on in my external world, no matter what's going on in my internal world, I am going to be the woman who chooses to be she who thrives. I'm going to show up how I can with as much as I can. And the showing up isn't about being online all the time, being on video, getting 1,000 posts out there. It's about going, you know what, today I'm making this conscious, this considered, and this intentional decision or choice about what I'm going to do with my time in this moment. Yeah, right now. That's what it's all about. It's not setting ourselves up for more failure, for more judgment, for more overwhelm, for more self-sabotage, for more imposter syndrome. It's about being real, about being human. Yeah, even when we don't want to. That's right. I can see that my dear friend Liesl is watching, and she is in the other side of the country to me, in a part of Australia that is right back in lockdown again. These things that are going on, they're crappy. They are. And it's okay to talk about them. But at the same time, ladies, we are business women. We have businesses. even if we don't feel like sharing what we've got available, what promotions we have, what offers we have, what services, what products, for what retreats, what events, it's still important to share because we are still in business. Yeah. Doing these kinds of things. I've got lots of things buzzing through my head about things that I can share. But what I did also want to add in for today is that as I said, I was talking to a client earlier and I was just telling her about this beautiful book that a dear friend of mine sent me as a gift. So, Musings from the Moon. Not necessarily a friend that is into the moon so much, but knows that I am. And it's just been such a beautiful little, beautiful book, little simple, you can't really see, but simple illustrations, really gorgeous messages. So I've had it for about a week maybe. And today, as I was talking to my client and really talking through with her about how she's feeling and what's going on and all that kind of stuff, this little note that clearly came with the book, that is part of the book, fell out, and I hadn't seen it to this point in time, and I just loved that it felt like it was the ideal time to see this and to read this and to be able to share this with someone who was really feeling the need to connect in with her heart. And it's a client of mine who has a big advocate rescuer who is really struggling with being able to bring the compassion that she has for the world back into herself right now. And the message says, I'm going to read it out for you. You don't have to try to believe in magic. Put your hand on your heart. Can you feel that? If that's not magic, I don't know what is. I'll just get goosebumps again reading it out loud. So wherever you are, however you're feeling, whatever you're doing, know that there is somebody out there who is watching what you're doing, who is intrigued about the services that you have, the products that you have. You might not right now be in the space to be able to invest in you and what's going on, but no matter what is going on for you, you have a choice every single day about how you're going to show up. And as I said before, choose to be the woman who is going to thrive regardless of this, regardless of what's going on. Be the woman who is in her power and says, you know what, this is not a day that I feel great, but that's okay, because me acknowledging that is being a woman who is powerful, who is choosing to thrive. Yeah, it's such a beautiful saying. So hands on hearts, ladies, feel the magic, connect in with that. Stay safe, look after each other, reach out. If anyone ever wants to reach out and to chat with me, I'm more than happy to receive a message from you. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, and know that there is always the opportunity for things to get better. You've got to put the bright, shiny, optimistic view. As an Inspire Believer, I can do that naturally, but at the same time, with the Inspire Believer archetype as part of my Thrive Factor profile, that archetype is she's so energetically driven, and there are times when the energy is just not there, and the whole overwhelm of not having the energy, not having the vibe, not having the thing, not being myself, not doing what comes naturally to me, not being in the zone that I want to be in, can feel very foreign and makes you feel very out of sorts. And it can lead you, again, as I said earlier, to making decisions, unfair decisions about what that means. We attach meaning so often. I've talked about this already. I'm going to keep talking about it. We attach meaning, unfair meaning, to how we're feeling right there in that moment. So go back into your heart. If you're going to catching this up at the later part of the recording, then go back in and listen to what I shared when I read this little message out earlier. Stay safe. Be she who thrives. Bye.